Hi everyone. Welcome to this instructional video. First of all, congratulations on completing your thesis. That's a huge accomplishment. The next step is to upload the electronic version of your thesis and print out the hard copy. Once that's done, you're all set to graduate and move forward with pride. To make things easier, we've broken this presentation down into 5 parts. In the first part, we'll go over some key reminders about your thesis. The second part covers the processing of the e-thesis file, including adding a watermark and file summary information. The third main part is uploading your thesis to the system. Finally, we will remind you of some common reasons why submissions are rejected, as well as provide a few related web links and important notes regarding thesis upload. Before formatting your thesis, please refer to the guidelines issued by the Office of Academic Affairs regarding the format of Master's and PhD theses. Be sure to carefully check the order and page numbering on the first page, the formatting of the cover page on page 14, the title page on page 15, and the department name shown on pages 35 to 36. In addition, regarding the thesis upload process, the library has also prepared a step-by-step guide for uploading your thesis electronically. Each step is clearly outlined with detailed instructions. You can refer to this manual. Let's briefly take a look at the thesis format guidelines from the Office of Academic Affairs. Please visit the Office of Academic Affairs website and refer to the latest format guidelines for the current academic year. On the first page, this section outlines the order of thesis components, including the cover page, title page, power of attorney of thesis, verification letter from the Oral Examination Committee in both Chinese and English, Chinese abstract, English abstract, and so on, in that order. Regarding page numbering, from the cover page to the verification letter from the Oral Examination Committee page, numbers should not be included. Starting from the Chinese abstract up to the end of the table of contents, list of figures, use uppercase Roman numerals such as 1, 2 for page numbering. Then from chapter 1 of the main content to the appendices, use Arabic numerals such as 1, 2, 3, 4 for numbering. The main body of the text should be in traditional Chinese characters using the DFKSB font. English and numerical characters should be in the Times New Roman font. If your computer has DFKSB font, the displayed font appears as follows. If you do not have the DFKSB font, it will not be displayed correctly. Please use a computer with the DFKSB font to open and convert it to a PDF file for the correct font display. On the cover page, you will see the required font types and sizes for both Chinese and English text. As for the content of the cover, aside from the title being bilingual in Chinese and English, all other text must be in Chinese. As for the title page, it should be fully bilingual in Chinese and English. The first line includes the university and department name in Chinese. The second line is the department name in English. Then the English name of the university, and so on, including the Chinese name of your advisor and their name in English. For the English name format, the given name comes first, followed by a space, then the surname. The date should reflect the date of submission. For example, if you're submitting in June this year, you'll print the hard copy and submit it to the Office of Academic Affairs. So in this case, it would be June of this year. Also, make sure to use the correct English date format. Above that, include the department name in both Chinese and English. The full official names in Chinese and English can be found in the appendix at the end of the formatting guidelines. You can refer to this appendix for the accurate department names. Here are also a few important reminders. Every page of your electronic thesis must include a watermark of the emblem of CYUT. Printed versions of the thesis do not require a watermark. So please be mindful of this key difference. This applies only to the electronic thesis. You must also include the verification letter from the Oral Examination Committee. However, when you look up past theses in the electronic thesis system, you might notice that the theses from previous students do not contain the Chinese and English verification letter from the Oral Examination Committee. That's because after their files were approved, we removed the approval forms from the final version of the electronic file. But when you upload your file, you must still include both the Chinese and English approval forms. We use these forms to confirm whether the students have revised the thesis to the final version approved by their advisors. This is because in most departments, students only receive the approval forms after completing all thesis revisions and receiving final approval. Additionally, according to the university's thesis submission policy, once the final deadline has passed for that semester, approved electronic theses cannot be modified. So please make sure to carefully review your thesis before uploading it. The submission deadline each semester is February 28 for the first semester, and August 31 for the second semester. Next, let's move on to the second part, processing your electronic thesis file. As mentioned, your electronic thesis file needs to include a watermark and the file's summary information. First, go to CYUT E-Theses system website and download the watermark image. Then, open your thesis Word document. Click on Insert-Header in the command ribbon. Then choose Edit Header. Next, click Insert-Pictures, select the image, then click Insert. Now, move your mouse pointer over the watermark image. Then, left-click once. You'll see a small icon appear at the top right of the image. Click on that small icon. Then select Behind Text. Click on the position setting to place the image correctly. Select Position in Top Center with Square Text Wrapping. This completes the watermark insertion successfully. Click File in the command bar, then choose Info. Move your cursor to the Author section. Right-click and choose Edit Property. Change the author's name to Chaoyang University of Technology, Department Title, your full name. Then click Show All Properties. Edit the title, tags, and subject fields in order. For title, enter your student ID. For subject, enter title of the thesis. For tags, enter your keywords. Include both Chinese and English keywords. Start with Chinese, then English. Separate each keyword using a comma. Next, we'll input the file's summary information and save the file. Make sure all keywords are entered in this format. Again, click on File. Then select Save As, choose the location where you want to save the file. Select PDF as the file type, and finally click Save. And that's it, your electronic thesis file is now ready. Next, let's talk about how to upload your thesis to the system. First, log into the system. Please go to the CYUT homepage and select the Student Information System. After clicking in, enter your account, password, and verification code. Then simply click Log In. If you have changed it and forgotten your password, please click on Forgot Password to reset it. Once you have logged into the Student Information System, find the New Students and Graduates section. Then, below that, click on the E-Thesis System Upload icon. You will enter the thesis system. At this point, enter your personal information. A reminder to everyone, please make sure you input the correct department. Once the department is incorrectly set, it cannot be modified. You would have to rebuild the entire account and data from scratch. If you cannot find your correct department, please contact us. Make sure you select the correct semester. If you graduate between September 1st and February 28th, it is the first semester. Graduation between March 1st and August 31st belongs to the second semester. This information will be printed on your authorization letter. Therefore, please be sure to select the correct semester. Regarding the email address, you can provide the one you use most frequently. Since the thesis review notifications, whether approved or rejected, will be sent to your email. Please make sure it is correct. With that, the personal information section is complete. Next up, submitting your thesis. Click on Step 1 Key in. Then click Add Dissertation. You will enter the thesis basic information. Step 1. Enter your basic thesis information. Generally, it will be classified as an academic thesis dissertation. Then fill in your basic details sequentially. Name in Chinese, name in English. Please pay attention to the English name format. It should be last name, first name. This format differs from the English name on the cover page of your PDF file. On the PDF cover page, it should be first name last name. However, for system indexing purposes, the format must be last name, first name. Next is the Chinese and English thesis titles. Regarding the thesis title, a reminder, the titles on your oral defense approval form, PDF cover page, title page, and here must all match exactly, word for word. Spelling and punctuation must be identical. So once you're done filling it out, take a moment to check your oral defense approval form and make sure the Chinese and English thesis titles match. Next is the advisor information. Advisor's name in Chinese and English. If you have 2 co-advisors, click Add to create 2 additional fields, and enter their Chinese and English names as well. Then enter the advisor's email. If there are 2 advisors, separate their email addresses with a comma. Oral Defense Committee members, you need to register all committee members except your advisor. Similarly, click Add to add a second committee member, then a third committee member. For the page count, enter the number of pages of the main text. This refers to the Arabic numerals, 1, 2, 3, 4, etc., specifically the last page number, not the total number of pages of the entire PDF. For keywords, enter 1 keyword per field. So if you have 4 keywords, you need to click Add 3 times. The number of Chinese and English keyword groups must match. Next, click on the second tab. You can copy and paste your Chinese abstract from a Word file. Then the table of contents, also copy and paste from a Word file. Make sure to include lists of tables and figures as well. The table of contents must include page numbers. References, again, copy and paste from your Word file. At this step, if all your information is complete and accurate, click Save Record. If you are not finished, please click Temporary Save. So you can log in again later to continue completing your thesis information. Once you finish entering the basic information, click in to proceed to Step 2, Upload Thesis file. First, click Upload or Delete Full Text to proceed to upload your thesis. Then, select your file. Choose the file location. Click Open, then confirm the upload. This completes the upload of your electronic thesis file. You will be able to see your file in the system. If you realize the uploaded file is incorrect, do not worry. Simply click Delete Full Text and press the X button. This will delete your uploaded file. Then you can repeat the previous steps to re-upload your file. Once completed, we will now set the thesis open access period. The publication process for electronic and printed theses is the same. Public access is the principle, restricted access is the exception. If you need to delay the public release of your electronic thesis, you must upload the approved application for delayed publication of theses, signed by your oral examination committee and stamped by your department. Please scan and upload the approved application form into the system. After uploading, enter the access date as indicated on the application form into the system. If you do not upload the application for embargo of thesis/dissertation, but choose to delay release instead of immediate public access, your submission will be rejected. Next, we will set the thesis access period. If you choose immediate access, select Immediate Public Access. This will complete the setting. If you opt for delayed access, you must upload the application form. At the same time, you must also set the designated date for public access. Next to the Upload tab, there is a button labeled, Click here if applying for embargo of thesis/dissertation. Click that button, and then select the scanned file of your application for embargo of thesis/dissertation. Set the delayed access date here. Then click Upload. Please note that the application for delayed release must be signed by your oral examination committee and stamped by your department. For the delayed access settings in the e-Thesis system, please accurately enter the on-campus access date and public access date, according to the application form, delayed until date. The dates must be consistent. After setting the release date, the next step is Step 3, print out and upload authorization letter. In Step 3, click on Print. 2 authorization letter forms will be generated, one for our university, and one for the National Central Library. Print out both documents, sign them in person, and fill in the dates. Then either photograph them or scan them into a PDF file. Upload the authorization letter forms. A reminder, after photographing, make sure the images are clear, and verify that the release date is correct. Additionally, after uploading, if your submission is rejected during the final review, the system will automatically delete your uploaded authorization letter forms. So if you need to resubmit, just upload the authorization letter forms again. Please be sure to retain a copy of the scanned authorization letter forms. Furthermore, if the reason for rejection involves an inconsistency in your thesis title, and you subsequently update it, you must reprint new authorization letter forms, re-sign and redate them, and upload again. Make sure to cross out the old forms, so you don't end up submitting the wrong ones. The final step is to submit your thesis for review. When you reach Step 4, remember to click the Submit button. Do not forget to click Submit for review. Of course, if you have not finished or still need to make edits, do not submit for review yet. If you have already submitted for review but realize that further edits are needed, as long as we have not yet reviewed it, you may click Cancel Validation to make your changes. After submission, please wait patiently for up to 3 business days. We'll process submissions in the order they're received. You'll get the review results at the email address you provided. Or, you can log into the system to check the current status under Change Log. There, you can clearly see which step you're on and whether your submission has been approved or rejected. If it's rejected, the system will show the reason. Please revise your submission based on that reason. If your submission passes review, you'll receive an approval email. At that point, submit the original copies of the 2 authorization letter forms from Step 3 to the circulation desk at the library. Please submit the original copies of the 2 authorization forms from Step 3 to the circulation desk at the library. Once we receive your authorization letter forms, we'll update your graduation procedure for the electronic thesis. Important note, the electronic thesis authorization letter forms must not have any corrections or changes. If they do, you'll need to reprint, refill, and re-upload them. And don't forget to turn in your printed thesis to the admissions section, not the library. There are 2 possible outcomes: approval, just submit the forms, or rejection, you'll need to revise and resubmit. Log into the system again, click the Edit Information button, and make your changes based on the reason for rejection. After editing, click Save. Then, in Step 3, re-upload the authorization letter forms. Finally, in Step 4, resubmit for review. Again, please be patient. We process submissions in the order they are received. As the deadline gets closer, more submissions come in, so review times may take longer. Lastly, we would like to remind you of several common reasons previous students were rejected. These are reference websites. Finally, if you have any questions, this is my contact information. Thank you all.